Hello everybody, this is Richie and I would like to make another PianoStream tutorial. Today is September, I'm not sure what the date is, I think it's like September 8th, 2023, and so this will be the latest tutorial. I want to see if I can clear some things up and make this so that it's understandable. When you first open the app, you'll see that it has two interfaces. One is called analog and one is called digital, okay? And before we talk about those interfaces, let's hop on the App Store really fast, okay? I want you to see the app. It's called PianoStream, and it's just one word, okay? And there it is, PianoStream. You can see that we've got 158 ratings, and we've pretty much got 5 stars, an average of 5 stars, which is pretty dang good nowadays. The app is super powerful and super versatile. And so before I really get into the details between these two interfaces, let's switch to digital. And the reason why is because digital works on almost everything. And so if you have a Wagon Grand disc clavier, this thing works. If you have the next generation disc clavier, you know what? I should just say this. It works with every disc clavier. And let's pretend that you have a brand new disc clavier Inspire. In order for you to get that piano to work, you need to buy a little device off of Amazon. And so before I show you that device, let me touch this little question mark at the top right-hand corner of the app, and you'll see this little web page that I put together. And this talks all about PianoStream and gives you a bunch of tutorials and a bunch of other information. See this little device right there? This thing is what allows us to talk to your piano. This is what allows the piano to talk to your piano. I'm sorry, the app to talk to your piano. So let's touch that device. It's called a Yamaha MD-BT01, okay? And it's, as you can see, it's $55 on Amazon, okay? And what you'll do with this thing once you get it is, let me show you right now. Let's Google the back of an Inspire, shall we? Really fast. Let's just go to Google and let's just type in disc clavier Inspire. And I want to, I'm just going to put CC unit. That is the main box under the disc clavier Inspire, okay? So let's see if we can, and there you can see an old Mark IV right there. In fact, I really should actually open that really fast. Let's open this instead. No, not the switch box. We want the CC unit on the disc clavier, and let's see if I can see it. I'm dum. Okay, it's right there actually. Okay, so when you get under your disc clavier, you're going to see two little round jacks. See those? And I know it's a little bit blurry, but you see that? It says in and out, MIDI in and out. So what you'll do is you'll get under your piano and you'll take that little dongle device that I just showed you on Amazon and you'll plug it in right there, okay? Right into the in and the out. The dongle has a triangle that points out and a triangle that points in towards itself. The part of the dongle that points out goes into the MIDI in. Okay, and once again, this is the main computer under your disc clavier Inspire or your DKC 900, which is a Mark IV or an E3, which has been upgraded to disc clavier Inspire, okay? So you'll plug into that baby right there, okay? And I'm actually going to take a picture of that, okay? Now let's go back to something that I just saw 2 seconds ago, and let's play like you have a disc clavier Mark IV. If you have a Mark IV, the Mark IV is right here, and you'll probably recognize that big box, which is actually under your piano. Now, what I would do is, if you have a Mark IV, same thing, you can plug into where it says, in fact, I'm not seeing it. Actually, I am seeing it. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. See where it says MIDI in and out? I know it's kind of dark right there, but that's where you plug in with the Mark IV. But I'll be honest with you, most of the time with the Mark IV, there's not enough room to plug that device in. So there is a very simple answer to that. And you could simply go to Amazon again, and let's type in MIDI coupler. Actually, let's do right angle MIDI cable. Right angle MIDI cable. Okay. And so what you could do is you could buy two of these little MIDI cables from Amazon. Notice how you have a sharp right angle. Because of that angle, you could plug these into the Mark IV under the piano because once again, usually there isn't enough room. But if you have that right angle MIDI cable, and if you also use a MIDI coupler, let's find the MIDI coupler. So get those while you're at it. Then you'll be able to plug those right angle connectors right into the in and out on that disc clavier. Right there, even though, like I said, where it says MIDI in and out, I don't know why you can't see the two circular jacks right there. But so you'll plug the two MIDI right angle cables right there, and then you can use the coupler that I just showed you on Amazon. Where'd it go? And then you'll be able to plug the MIDI dongle into those. And if that doesn't make sense, let's go back to PianoStream. Let's touch the question mark. I don't know why that keeps coming up. Let's touch the question mark and let's go down a little bit and let's see if I said something about that already on this page. I think I did, and so let's just keep going. And let's see. Disc clavier, player YouTube channel. Okay. I'm just looking for Okay, let's see. I know that I wrote about this already, but you know what? I don't know where it is, but I remember. Hold on. Okay, I thought it was on this page. I'm not seeing it, so just simply let's just go like this. Let's go to balanceiq.com and let's type mark4.html. Okay, balanceiq.com, mark4, see that, .html. Let's go there really fast. Okay, so I put together this little web page which describes exactly what I just said. There is the MIDI cable that I told you about that has right angles, and there is a coupler, and there is the MIDI dongle. And so right there, you can see the MIDI in and the out on that box that I just showed you on the Mark IV. Then you have the right angle cables, then you have the couplers, and then you have the dongle. And I probably should have just shown you that in the first place. But that's okay. In fact, that was, well, you know what? That's okay. I need to give you all the info that I can here. There is another way to do this if you don't want to go through this rigmarole, as my dad would say. You could actually go to Amazon again if you have a Mark IV, and you could buy a device called a UD-BT01, which is also made by Yamaha. Okay, and it's this thing right here, not Yamaha UDWL01. Do not buy that thing. It doesn't work with the app. So right here, let's touch this. You could get this device and you could plug it into the USB connection under the control unit on the Mark IV. And you've probably seen the Mark IV control unit. Let's just go here. Oh, and I should have stayed right there. That is, you've probably seen that thing on the front of your piano. That is, actually, of course you've seen that thing. That is the Mark IV control unit, okay? But anyway, underneath that, there's a USB drive, and I'm just trying to see if I can zoom into it. It's right there, I think. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it right there. You would plug this device from Amazon, you would plug this thing into that, and then you could connect to the piano this is a MIDI receiver, just like the MD-BT01, but you would need to use your PRC100 remote control and switch the input to USB, and then use this device. And then in order to use this device, you would also need to watch a video on YouTube on how to use it. So let's just do that really fast. Let's type in UD-BT01, and let's type in PianoStream, and just see if one of our videos will appear showing you how to use that device. Okay, this video right here I actually made, which will show you
There's
how
one
to
simple
use the
vision
device.
hack anyone can use to improve vision.
Okay, we got
so you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you know that?
Let's skip the ad. Okay, in this video I show you exactly how to use that device. There are a couple of ways in which you can use it, and this is a simple way that I used it. But let's see if we can find another video right here. I think that, and once again, this is our very own Mal Foley, and in this video, he will show you how to use the device. And I think that his video, actually, I know that his video is better than mine. There are, once again, if you watch both of these videos, there are two ways to use that device. And I think that the way he did it is the official way and the better way, although what I did also worked and works. So, okay, so now that we've talked about that stuff, let's go back to the app for just a second, okay? Let's go to the app and let's touch the question mark, and let's go down and let's say that you whatever disc clavier it is that you have, or if you want the truth, if you have a Piano Disc Prodigy, you're going to see that on the back of the Piano Disc Prodigy under your piano, or even a QRS system, you're going to see that you have MIDI in and out. If you have MIDI in and out, then you simply buy that dongle and you plug it into the MIDI in and out ports, okay? And when you get that dongle, another thing that you want to do is go to the App Store again, and you actually want to download, type in MD-BT01, okay? And this app right here will show up. Okay, you download that app, and in fact, I'm just going to open it up. Notice how it's made by Yamaha. Open that baby up, and I don't have an MD-BT01 in front of me, but if I had one in, it would show up right there. You simply update the firmware, and it also allows you to rename it, okay? Now, I have a bunch of videos on YouTube if that isn't clear on how to do it once you've downloaded and connected to the MD-BT01. So if you want to, go to YouTube again and just type in MD-BT01, and let's just type in PianoStream. Okay, because like I said, I've already made a bunch of videos on how to do that. Here you go, how to use MD-BT01 right there, okay? And all these videos will show you exactly. In fact, this video that I made is even better. Okay, that's my daughter. Right
Hello,
there.
everybody. Hey, I wanted to show you something.
Will show you how to update the MD-BT01, but once again, you just do it with that app that I just showed you, okay? Okay, so now let's go back to this again. Okay. This digital interface, once again, talks with that device, which is called the MD-BT01. Once you have it plugged in under your piano, you simply touch this little Bluetooth thingy right there, okay? And it says, turn on Bluetooth. Okay, yes, I'm going to allow the Bluetooth to be turned on. And now let's go back here. And you would see, like right at the very top where it says piano, that's the last time that I used the MD-BT01. I simply renamed it piano. So if I were talking to my piano right now, I would touch piano and then it would connect. And if you can pay attention to what I'm about to say right now, if it's the first time using that device, you want to connect to it, wait a minute, and then disconnect, and then connect again, and then wait a minute, okay, and then hit done, and then you'll see that device right here in this window. And if you have a smaller phone, simply scroll up a little bit and then you'll see the device and whatever you renamed it, and then you simply hit OK. While you're on this page, go ahead and turn on this legacy volume scaling thing. This will give you volume control right from the app on older disc claviers and also older piano disc systems, okay? So let's hit OK. Now let's assume that you are connected to the piano, and By the way, let me show you one other thing, though. If you go to the help page again, you'll see that, for example, this video right here, this video will show you step by step everything that I just described. So let's just touch that. It'll take you to YouTube.
This is a metabolism.
And let's wait for this ad to end.
Is a metabolism.
Okay, let's skip ads.
Hello, everybody.
And
So
right here, this is
going
an
to
official
be
video.
our
I mean, I guess I
official
call it that,
video on
which
how
will
to
show you
connect
everything
to
that
the
I just said.
MVVT01.
It'll
You
show
can
you
pretty much-
exactly how to connect to that device, how to update that device, and once again, show you everything that I described. So, okay, so let's go back to the app. Let's assume that you are connected. And one thing you can do is you can touch this gear cog, though, and see where it says local sound. I'm going to turn that on, and that just makes it so that my piano will actually play. I mean, my phone will simulate the presence of the piano. So right now, you're most likely hearing our spooky station, which is really fun, by the way, because I'm not connected to a piano, but I can still enjoy this app by listening to, once again, this thing called local sound, which makes it so that your phone will actually simulate the sounds that the piano, and when I say simulate, I mean what you're hearing right now is exactly what you would hear on your piano. And once again, enjoy the spooky station. It's a lot of fun. Let's pause this for two. Actually, you know what? There's no reason to pause it. Let's just keep it going. Notice that you have the little notes bottom right hand corner. You'll just touch those notes, and then you can see that you can scroll down, and we have all of these playlists that we call stations, because station sounds cooler and it's just more fun that way. But anyway, notice that it says, and of course we've got free songs. You can touch the free demo station if you're not ready to subscribe. And thank you so much if you do decide to subscribe. It really, really, really helps us. And if you do, it allows us to create more content, which we do every Friday, by the way. Every single Friday, we add 3 new songs. And the first station that we have at the very top is called Recently Added. And then, of course, you see Signature PianoStream. Then we have requested songs, which is really cool. We get requests from people around the world. The Lobby, Platinum 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, popular hits, popcorn movies, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. We have all kinds of stuff. So let's say, since it is almost Halloween, well, actually it's a month, well, it's actually 2 months away, but because of PianoStream, I actually enjoy Halloween more than I ever have before. I know that's kind of weird, but let's go all the way down to our spooky station. There it is, 9-2. See that? Now I could touch on the station, or I could touch the notes next to it, which brings up all the songs that are in our spooky station. Or I can simply touch the whole station and then load those songs. You can see that we have 19 spooky songs, and there's just a lot. It's just a lot of fun. You're gonna get a kick out of this, okay? So of course you can fast forward through the songs like that, and it's just wonderful. And and wait for Christmas. You've never heard better music than our Christmas music. I'm not kidding you. It's just a lot of fun. Now, one thing I can show you while this is playing is, let's say that you have a piano that's pretty loud and you're scared. You don't want to go louder than, let's say you don't want it to ever play louder than that. Okay? What you can do is you can push and hold that plus button, and then you set a high volume limit. And now, no matter what, you can't go past that. And let's say that if you turn it all the way down, let's say that some notes start dropping out. If you go all the way down to there, no big deal. Just give it a little bit more juice right there. Push and hold the minus button. And now you've set a low limit and a high limit, which is really nice. Now to clear those, let's say I want to clear that low limit, push and hold the minus again. And I just cleared it. And to clear the high limit, push and hold the plus. And it says, do you want to reset high volume limit? Yes. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, notice when that song is playing, how it says sustain right there, and how the red little rectangle lights up every time the sustain pedal is depressed. And that's a very valuable tool, which, by the way, if you're not certain if the sustain pedal on your piano is working, you can touch the little gear cog and literally push this sustain button right there. And you will see that your dampers lift above the strings and that sustain pedal is depressed. Okay, and on some systems, on disc claviers, the sustain pedal literally goes down. On other systems like piano disc, you won't see the pedal itself go down, but you will see the dampers lift above the strings. Okay, and that's really cool. And now, while we're on this little page, one thing that's fun too is that once again, these buttons at the bottom, the fast forward and rewind, you see those, allow you to obviously go through the different songs. We just added that song, by the way. And what's cool about this though is let's say that you're listening to this song and you find a part that you really like. Well, you can easily hit, let's say you like this part of the song, hit save. Okay, and now let's scrub through that song really fast. And let's say you want to go back to that little part that you just saved. This is just a marker, hit go. And bam, you're back to that part that you just saved. And now let's say that you like this song and you want to create a nice little playlist. All you do is you just touch the heart and you'll notice that 10 playstations come up, or favorites stations come up. Now, I've named mine a bunch of different things, and let's just say that I want to stick this into my favorite station 2. See that right there? I can stick it into my favorite station 2. Now, let's fast forward, and let's say I want this song. I touch the heart, and let's stick that into my favorite station 2. Okay? Now, the way that you access those songs is you touch this little button. See that? And now I'm going to touch, I can load favorite station 2, or I can touch the notes next to it. And remember how I added those two songs right there, Monster Mash and Mally, or whatever that is. And so if I want to, I could touch favorite station, and then those two songs will show up and play, which is really cool. Okay, and that's pretty much it as far as this interface is concerned. You can touch the little plus button to dim the brightness or even turn off the screen to save your battery power. This thing does, or to save your battery, this thing does use quite a bit of juice, and so sometimes it's nice to have a device that's actually dedicated to your piano, or just keep this thing plugged in. And but once again, you're gonna have so much fun with it. I can't even tell you how much fun this app is. Start playing Name That Tune with your friends and family, because we have so much stuff, and so much stuff that nobody else would even consider covering. Okay, so once again, that's pretty much it with this interface. Notice that some of the songs have lyrics, which makes it even better. And now maybe I should show you one other thing really fast. So the key behind this, though, is to connect to this MIDI device that we just talked about, which is called the Yamaha MDB-T01. And then the other key to it is you need to find MIDI in and MIDI out on the back of the control unit of the piano that you have and plug into that thing. And then once again, you also want to update the firmware and rename that thing. And there are, like I said, even on this page, I have links to some of the videos that I made that allow you to do that. And while I've got you, though, let's hop on the Amazon store and let's just quickly talk about alternatives that you can use. You don't absolutely have to use the MDB-T01. I just like it because it's really user-friendly and it allows multiple people to easily connect to it. Now, if you're going to be the only one that connects to it, there is another device which is called a WIDI Master, which is that right there. Let's touch it. Let's go to Amazon. And with this WIDI Master, what's nice about this device is that it probably does give you a little better connection as far as the wireless MIDI data transmission is concerned. You know, when the app is playing, this thing is fast and it's smooth. And one thing that I do like about it is that if you're using just one device, or if you're going to be the only one that's using your piano, this thing pairs with your device. And then whenever you are even close to the piano, your iPhone or iPad will automatically connect to it, which is really nice. And it also seems to be a little bit more resilient or impervious to data interruption. And the reason I say that is because with the Yamaha MDB-T01, someone calls you or you get a text, sometimes it'll stop the piano from playing, whereas it seems like this one right here is a little bit more resistant to those interruptions. Okay, it does cost a little more, as you can see, but it is great. And I can tell you, while I've got you though, let's just type in MDB-T01 and see what devices come up really fast. And I want to give you a couple of warnings. Okay, first of all, don't get that third one where it says HXW, that thing does not work right with PianoStream. That device right there, that Roland device, it's okay. I have used it. I was thinking that it was battery powered, but you know what? Actually, that one right there. See that? Where it says Guitaria, don't get that. And the reason why is because you will forget to charge it. It works perfectly, but it's battery powered. You'll plug it into the piano, assuming that the piano will charge it. The piano doesn't charge it. Then you go to use it again and it's dead. Okay, so I would not get that. This Roland device, I actually have used it before and it worked just fine. You can use that. And one thing I do recommend is this $40 device that says X Vive, and that thing comes and goes. Some days it's on Prime, some days it's not. Right now it is. What's nice about that, though, is it's identical to this thing that's called the Witty Master right there. It's identical, and it costs less. And so that thing does come in, costs less. And that thing does, it works great. And what's nice, once again, it's Prime. You can have it today. See that? And it's identical to the Witty Master in that it likes to pair itself to one device. Now, the warning, though, is this. If you have it pair to one device, which is great if you're going to be the only one that's using the piano. But if you have other people that are going to be using the piano, then once again, I would recommend the MDBT01 because multiple people can easily, a bunch of people can't be connected to it at the same time, but you can easily turn off your Bluetooth and then someone else can then connect to this device. So this device, I do recommend it over everything else because it's just the most user-friendly. But once again, that X Vive and that Witty Master both work incredibly well, and they might even work a little better than this MDBT01, okay? Whew, okay, I know I've given you guys a ton of information, and thank you so much for listening to all of this. Now, let's switch over to analog. But what I want you to keep in mind that, first of all, this digital part of the app is, once again, compatible with pretty much everything out there except for one piano called Piano Force. But everything else, it pretty much works with everything else. There is a piano called Pianomation. I'm sorry, that's QRS. There's an app that, there's a piano or a piano player system out there that is called Piano Quarter. And this digital interface will not work with Piano Quarter. The way that you get Piano Quarter to work is you have to switch over to analog, okay? And the difference between analog and digital is that digital is, once again, works on everything almost. And what this does is it talks directly to the CPU of your piano and it just sends it data. Your piano interprets it and plays it. Whereas analog, you're going to get this fax sound. In fact, let me show you what I mean by that. Let's touch the little notes, bottom right-hand corner, and let's pretend that you have a piano disc IQ system, okay? And so let's touch the three dots up at the top and let's select your piano right there and let's select piano disc, okay? And then I'm just going to touch show all piano disc songs. And right now, once again, I'm playing like I have a piano disc IQ, or we can even play like I have a piano disc Prodigy. And if you do have a Prodigy, though, I still recommend that you buy that MDBT01 and plug it right into the CPU under the piano. Even though Prodigy has built-in Bluetooth audio, it also has Bluetooth built-in MIDI. But it's nice to be able to give the Prodigy a little bit of a break and just let it dedicate itself to the Bluetooth analog, which is this that you're looking at right now, and leave the CPU, the MIDI in and the MIDI out on the CPU. Let the Yamaha MDBT01, let that thing be in charge of the digital connection. So if you do have a Prodigy, you can use the digital connection, connect to that MDBT01 instead of using the built-in system, which then leaves the analog system nice and free so that you can connect to the built-in Bluetooth audio that the Prodigy has. And you simply touch the AirPlay icon to connect to it. But before you do that, of course, you got to go to settings and you just touch Bluetooth. And I don't have a Prodigy system in front of me, but what you would see right now is you would see silent Bluetooth or BT No, yeah, BT Silent Drive is what they call it. BT Silent Drive. Once again, under settings and Bluetooth if you have a Piano Disc Prodigy. If when you touch Bluetooth and you don't see Silent Drive, BT Silent Drive, then simply unplug the Prodigy, plug it back in again, and then you will see it show up right here on this page. And then you connect to the Bluetooth Silent Drive, and then you go to PianoStream, and then you touch the AirPlay icon, which is right there, and you'll see BT Silent Drive, and you connect to it. Now you touch the little notes, bottom right-hand corner, and let's do recently added. So let's just touch that station, and that's going to show up right there, okay? And what's nice about this, and by the way, you're going to have so much fun with this. We have the best songs, and of course, here's Awesome Kokomo. And so now you hear, let me pause that because I know that you were hearing a fax sound. That fax sound is an analog signal. That's why this interface is called analog. And notice how it says PD, that stands for piano disc. So you are now sending the appropriate analog signal to your piano disc system that your piano disc system can understand and interpret and play. That's the way that this works. Then of course you got volume control right here, and you've also got the volume limits. You can push the plus and you can set a high limit if you want to. Let's just set that. Notice now I can't go any higher than that, and you can also set a low limit by pushing that minus button, and now you've got now you've got this window of operation right there. And then to clear those, push and hold them, and then that clears it. Push and hold the minus, and then that clears it, and then you have the full access. Now, we do have a nice assortment of piano plus the band stuff with this analog interface if you're using Piano Disc IQ or Piano Disc Prodigy. So let's go ahead and touch the little note right there, and let's just go down, 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 down. Keep going. And now you'll see Piano Disc, Piano Plus Audio. And so let's say you want to load this fantastic library for Piano Disc. Go ahead and touch that. And now what's going to happen is you're going to hear piano plus the band, okay? And this works great. You can touch this, and I know you can hear that annoying sound right there, but you can touch these little mixer buttons right there, and you can actually, the red one is the master volume, and this left one is the balance control. So you can slide over towards the speaker, which will turn up the audio and turn down the piano, or you can slide towards the piano, which will turn up the piano and turn down the audio. So it's just kind of a teeter-totter balance control. And that is the same also with some disc claviers. And so let's quickly talk about that. So let's say you have a new Inspire, or your piano just got upgraded to DKC 900. Let's touch these little notes again, and then let's touch these three dots at the top. And now let's select your piano. This time, let's say you have a Yamaha disc clavier. Okay, so now I just touched that, and this time I'm going to touch disc clavier piano plus audio. Okay, and now right now let's say we want to hear the Carpenters. Okay, let's touch the Carpenters. Now the Carpenters, that's a pretty song. Actually, all the Carpenter songs are really beautiful, and wait till you hear them on your Inspire. And while I'm saying that, keep in mind this will also work with Disc Clavier Mark III, which is the control unit that has the floppy drive and the CD player, and it will also work with an E3, and it will work with DKC 850 as well. Okay, but this thing works the same way. Actually, now things start to change a tiny bit, and let me show you. In order for you to get the Carpenters to sing, or the Beatles, or Elton John, or whatever, on your disc clavier, you need to buy a little device that you can get off of Amazon, and it looks like a little hockey puck. Let's go there. And you know what? Instead of going there, let's go back to the app. Let's hit the little question mark top right-hand corner, and let's just go down, 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 right there. And you can see where I say, now let's talk about PianoStream analog interface. This is the device that you'll need so that your disc clavier will sing and play. And you can use this as an alternate form of communication on your Piano Disc IQ. Actually, I totally recommend this because you probably have an Airport Express from a long time ago. Get rid of that thing. Use this instead. It works a lot better. Let's touch it. This
Strong
will take
enamel
us to
is
Amazon.
your best defense against erosion and
Another
cavities.
ad.
Reinforce that defense with new enamel active
Hold on
shield.
2 seconds and we'll skip that.
Under your piano.
Okay,
And those devices are...
And actually, that little button that I just touched took me to a little video that I made. Let's go to Amazon and let's just type in WIIM. That's what that thing's called. Okay, it's a Wii Mini is what they call it. And you'll see this thing's $100. Well, okay, it's on sale right now for $89. This thing has a built-in amplifier, so you can plug this in and stick it to a beam under the piano with a little piece of Velcro. And what's nice about this is it's really easy to use. It's a Wi-Fi device. Don't buy anything else right now. This works better than anything else, and don't try using a Bluetooth audio receiver. It will not work with this clavier. There's too much data. So just get this device. It works great. And once again, you connect it to your Wi-Fi, which is actually really easy to do. You plug it in, you go to settings on your phone, and you see this thing. You connect it to your Wi-Fi. Once it's connected to your Wi-Fi, then you go over here to PianoStream, and you touch the AirPlay icon, and then you send that signal to that device, and your piano will play and also sing. You'll notice that if you hit that question mark again, you can scroll down here, and I've got all kinds of videos showing how to do, how to get your piano to sing and play. In fact, let's go to YouTube really fast, and let me just hit this right here, and let's just type in PianoStream, and then you're going to see a whole bunch of videos that show you how to do everything that I've talked about with even more details. In fact, you can go to my little channel,
yes, let's unplug it really
or
fast,
station,
okay?
whatever channel right there if you want to, hit videos, and I just have a whole bunch of stuff that's that talks about all of these different connections and everything else. And I could go on for another half an hour with all of this stuff. I probably should shut up right now. One thing I do want you to know, though, is that I'm here for you, and please feel free to send me an email. My email is hayeziq@gmail.com. Please feel free to send me an email. And one thing that's nice too, and Hayes, Hayes, IQ@gmail.com. One thing that's nice too is back to this help page, there are all kinds of different scenarios. And if you just don't feel like reading all this stuff and trying to understand all of it, and I promise it's all worth it, I promise. But please feel free to join our Facebook page and post any question you might have. In fact, let's just go to PianoStream right there. This is our group. We have, as you can see, 1,700 members. And we have a whole bunch of people that are totally enjoying the app, and they can most of them can help you with questions you might have. And of course, I'm here for you. Just, post your question right here, and it will be answered, and it'll be answered fast. And we can help you with any issues or concerns you might have. And so, like I said, I feel like I've talked way too much here. There is something that I'm sorry, I probably should just tell you one more thing. If you have a piano disc PDS 228, for example, see that thing right there? What you can do now, this is crazy, but you can actually get under the piano and you can plug straight into a little MIDI in jack that's under the piano and not even use this box to use the digital part of PianoStream. And I have a bunch of videos on YouTube that show you how to do that. Another thing while I've got you is you'll notice that with Piano Disc IQ that there is also a MIDI in under the Piano Disc IQ, but it's just MIDI in. And since it's just MIDI in, you need to buy this little circuit board from me, which will power the other end of that dongle that we talked about, so that you can plug straight into the MIDI in. And if you remember on the app, I told you that you need to turn on this thing called, this thing called legacy volume scaling. So if I go back to digital, if I touch the Bluetooth and I'm connected to the Bluetooth device, you need to turn this thing on right here, which allows you to plug straight into the MIDI in on the CPU under your piano disc, and all piano disc systems have some kind of MIDI in and MIDI out. With the piano disc PDS 128 and the PDS 128 Plus and the PDS 228 and the piano disc IQ, you'll see that there is there's a MIDI in on the back of or underneath the piano, and you can plug straight into that with the MD-BT01. And then, but that thing needs to have power. So that's when you'll need this thing right here. Okay. And I know I'm sorry. There's just so much stuff here, but let's go to YouTube really fast and you'll see, like, for example, if I touch this video right here, what I did is you'll see that in this video, I don't even need the control unit. Now, I recommend that, obviously if you have piano disc music and you have floppies that still work, keep the control unit. And even if you don't want to see the control unit, you can easily mount it under the piano. But with some pianos, I will tell you, actually not some pianos, with the PDS 128, which you're seeing in that picture, and also with the PDS, actually that's PDS 128 Plus, and also the PDS 128, the box actually has to be connected, even if it's off. And there's an answer to that too. You can watch this video and you'll see that I get under the piano here in a minute, and you'll see, in fact, let me just see if I can just scroll through this a little bit when I get under the piano. Okay, now I'm under the piano. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see. See where it says, it's kind of blurry, but see where it says MIDI in? You can plug the MIDI dongle right into that, but then the other end of the MIDI dongle needs to have power. So then you get the device from me that will power that. But then if you want to get rid of the PDS 128 box, like I said, I don't recommend that you get rid of it. But let's say it doesn't work. You can get another little device that I show you in this video that tricks the piano into thinking that PDS 128 box is connected. Because once again, on the PDS 128 and the PDS 128 Plus, the piano has to be connected to that box or it won't work. But with this little device that I made, and in fact, you'll see it in this video. Let me just see if I can fast forward to it a little bit. You'll see that with the device that I made, it tricks the piano into thinking that box is connected when it's not. Now, right here, you can see, sorry, this is confusing, but so you'll need two devices for all of that to happen with the PDS 128 and the PDS 128 Plus. That is the MIDI power adapter that I make right there that powers the dongle that you plug straight into the MIDI in. And then there's another little device that you'll just watch this video and you'll see what I'm talking about, that simulates the presence of the old control box. Now, of course, I want you to upgrade to Prodigy if possible. And I advocate for that, and I do that quite often. But there are times when you need to just keep what you have, and so all of these tools that I've talked about allow you to do that. As far as piano quarter systems are concerned, let's just quickly go over to piano quarter, and let's hit back, let's hit close, let's hit back. Okay, and I'm going to touch analog. I'm touch the little notes, bottom right-hand corner, three dots, top right-hand corner, select your piano quarter. Okay, and let's just do piano quarter solo piano. And now this will send the appropriate signal to your piano quarter system. But remember, you have to have a little update from a guy named Mark Fontana, which you probably already have anyway, in order for this part of PianoStream to work on your piano quarter. Okay, and then just one last thing. Let's go back to, let's go back to the Facebook page, wherever that just went. Where's my Facebook? Facebook, where'd it go? Right there. And let's go to our group. And I should have shown you this in the very first place, but let me just go down a little bit. I just want to introduce myself. And where am I? I know I'm down here. Okay, that's me on the right there. That's me. Hello, nice to meet you. And this is Mal Coley, one of our main pianists. I finally met him in person after having worked with him for 5 years. And he is phenomenal, and you're going to get a kick out of the way he plays. We have a bunch of other artists, one of which is named Bob Hermans, and you'll also enjoy the heck out of him. We have a guy named Dave Despain, another one named Jeff White. We've got some really wonderful pianists that you will enjoy when you use this app. So thank you, everybody. I know that this was really long, but I wanted to cram a whole bunch of information into it as I did. And please, once again, feel free to join this Facebook page and, ask any question you want, and feel free to contact me as well, okay? Once again, goodbye and thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, see ya.